Hi everyone, welcome. Today we'll discuss some of the cookie related issues in Jmeter. So let's get started. Now this is a simple Jmeter script where I've taken a thread group and two transaction controller. In these I've taken one HTTP request, and in this I have just copy pasted this HTTP request multiple times. Okay. First I'll just comment this HTTP cookie manager and show you the result. So you see, when we do not use cookie manager and we use a preprocessor where we have the code of getting the cookie, it is it is required to use cookie manager because without it, it will throw a null exception, like you can see over here. Null pointer exception is it is throwing, right? So it is important to always place a HTTP cookie manager. And let me replay it back. Now the code ran fine. And another thing is, this is my preprocessor where I've written the code. If I'll put this outside my HTTP request, then also I will get an error. Again, the same null pointer exception. So it is always recommended whenever you are playing or using a custom cookie manager. First thing is always put a cookie manager. Second thing is always place this JSR223 preprocessor as a child of the HTTP request. And now it will run fine. Okay, I'll just explain you the code what I've written for this. This is pretty simple. Now the use case is that I want to capture a cookie from this, so I've written a regular expression which is capturing the value from the response headers and then passing it uh, through this custom code over here. Now for this I'm importing the important classes which are required to run the cookie manager. So I've imported cookie manager and cookie. After that I'm just putting or getting the current cookie manager from the current sampler in my manager object, and I'm using clear method to clear all the cookies. First of all, I'm clearing it. This is optional. This is my use case that I do not want the previous cookie to be in my request, so that is why I've cleared it first. And then again I'm getting the cookies from the cookie manager of my current sampler and storing it in an object which I've written it as CM. And then I'm creating a object of cookie where I'm getting all the required values. So here I'm using a name of the cookie which is the custom cookie. So you should always write the name of the exact cookie which you are trying to involve or include in your HTTP request. So go to your browser and get the exact cookie name and put it over here. This is just for example, I've written it as custom cookie, and then the value which you want to insert in this particular cookie, and then the domain name. Now if you will not give the exact domain name, you will not be able to see the cookies. That is the reason why if I write it as ABC, so for example here I can see that my custom cookie, which is the name of my cookie, is visible over here, and this is the cookie which I've captured in my regular expression. Now if I give it as, apart from previously it was apple, now I'm giving it as ABC, and I'm running my script again. Now you'll see that the cookie is not set. This cookie is been set by this cookie manager because this code was not working as expected. Okay, so for that, the domain name should be exactly the same on which you are working. So right now my domain is Apple, so that is why I'm writing it here as Apple. Let me play it back, and now you can see your cookie is set. So these are some of the pointers uh, to be sure, like to include the correct path and correct domain name, include your JSR preprocessor inside the HTTP request, and always include HTTP cookie manager. So I think with these all steps, 90% of the problem will be solved. If you have any other questions related to cookies, you can always comment me on this video. Thank you so much. I hope this video would be helpful for you. See you again.